Well, hello. I don't think there's anybody here. Maybe two people are watching. It says right there, nobody's in the comment box except for Sing to Me. They won't be available tonight. Well, Dina is over there at her daddy's house. We are still in Tennessee. We will be in Tennessee. Hello, Lori. Good to see you. We will still be in Tennessee until about the 10th or 11th of this next month, October. And then we're headed to Indiana to get our electrical problem fixed. Hopefully for good. We I do appreciate that some of y'all that are all of you, whatever, that shared our other channel, the 1 Million Mile Road Trip, and we are up to 990 subscribers as of this afternoon. So if you know about it, that's great. If you don't, and you want to go over and subscribe, that would be awesome. This is the YouTube thing. There is the number 1 Million Mile Road Trip, and we just need 10 more subs to break the 1,000. Of course, that won't. Only thing that will do is the more people I have on there, the more chances are to move above the uh, 4,000 hours of watch time. I've got almost 1,600 hours of watch time. But as you move up into 1,001 and go on up higher than that, more people watch, and I will eventually get it. And then YouTube can start paying me for some of the ads that they've been running on my channel. I can't do anything about it. That's the way YouTube is. But I wish that it wasn't that many hours. That would be something. Hello, Gail. Kelly, how are you? Um, uh, yeah, we've got two more videos coming out on Wednesdays coming up here. On Sunday, we're going to address another thing that happened to the RV that we are getting taken care of, hopefully on Friday or Saturday. And uh, but we're going to address. There's another video coming out on Wednesday that really goes into depth on who won what and how many ribbons that he won, and her father won the best of show in sweet and best of show in dry wine. So that was pretty good, and I won a second place for my kiwi wine that I had made. But there's another video coming out this next Wednesday, a week from tonight, a week from last night, excuse me, on a little bit more, and then another one on the next Wednesday that Medina is actually in the kitchen again, and she's gonna show you how to make wine jelly. And yeah, I think it's an awesome video, and I would encourage you to subscribe to the channel. On Sunday, we're gonna have a video on Sunday, and the next Sunday we'll have a video. But on the Wednesdays, we're gonna stay with this what we're doing up until we get it all out of our system, until we start moving up to hello, Red Jaguar. Until we start moving up to Indiana to get our inverters fixed, and that's going to be something. And I'm going to tell you, we're also going to do a video on the warranty company that we bought a warranty the last time we RV'd, and that warranty company was wholesale warranty, and it was just awesome. They were great, but they're very expensive on their warranties. A warranty for thank you. I appreciate that, Herbie. I appreciate it. Yeah, Dina did a great job. She really did. Her and her dad both. Um, but the warranty company wholesale warranty is about $8,000 on average for a 5-year warranty. But our 100,000 mile, 5-year, 100,000 mile, 8,000. That's a lot of money. But this time we went with a warranty company, a lesser charge warranty company. And it's not for the little stuff. It's for in case you have an engine out, or in case you have transmission go out. And what it is too it does excuse me, it does have. We were going to see how they do when we address our inverter problem when we get to Indiana, and we're gonna. I told them, and I'm not real happy with them so far. I'll be honest with you. They turned down a lot of claims that I thought they should have paid for, little stuff, but they turned them down. We paid out of our pocket, but we're going to show you and tell you all about that. So if you're not a subscriber, if you haven't subscribed to our other channel, I sure would appreciate it if you would. And also go check out Red Jaguar's channel. Also, Red Jaguar 100 Travels, and he's got a great channel there, and I would encourage you to go over there and look at it. Well, I want to talk about tonight. Dina's supposed to be here, but she's over with her dad. And I poked my head in and I said, "You coming?" And she said, "Maybe I may be in there a few minutes." I've got to put my dog up here. Hello, Roy, Becky. Hold on 1 second. I got to put my little dog up here. She's about to drive me crazy. Come here. Come here. Gracie, come here. No, I know what she wants. They got out, and I let them out to go to the bathroom, and usually I give them a treat, but they were bad. They went over there and started eating cat food and stuff out at Medina's dad's house. I'm not rewarding that type of behavior. So she had no. Mm-mm. It's weird. Her tail will be wagging everything, and I'll tell her no, and her tail will go stop. I want to first off remember that we are constantly looking for Michael Vaughn, little boy that was abducted out of Fruitland, Indiana, in Idaho. It's been now. He was abducted in 7/27/2021 from Fruitland, Idaho, and at first they thought he was just lost, but they pretty much said now that he was abducted, and we are hoping and praying that he does return home soon. But so far, no luck on that. Also, I noticed that the interview room, and I watched it, most of it today, and they had the parents of this girl here, uh, Jalissa Fontes or whatever. They had the parents on her, and it really wasn't any information that I felt like that I could even share. The parents said they basically had nothing to go on, and the police were not sharing anything with them. In fact, they were not real high on the police department out there uh, in Southern California. This is her card that's still missing, and her California tag. And this is the latest poster for her, also that they are private investigators. Also, is helping with this case. The woman that was on the interview room, the mother and the her sisters, said basically the police chief, when they first reported her missing, said, uh, they questioned, "Hey, why don't you know, can you do this, do that?" And he said, "What do you think this is, CSI?" So obviously, it's a small town, and they did not take it seriously at first, nor we're not sure how long it took them to actually get some, higher up, maybe federal people involved. But she is still missing. I gathered no useful information from his cast, this video. Not that he's not a good guy, and he's trying, and he's got 100,000 subscribers, so I'm sure that he's doing something right. But I don't know if they interviewed these people before they got them on there or not. But they gave. I didn't gain any useful knowledge of it, or I would have wrote them, asked them, sent them a letter, whatever, email, and try to get maybe the parents on again or something. But they didn't put it this way. They didn't give him anything. Basically, apparently don't know anything. The police are not, they're saying the police are not telling them anything, basically, and they just need help. Now, they did mention that video. The whole video is about 2 or 3 minutes long from that service station, and they were going to send it to him. And I think the interview room is going to try to make it public, but it's long. It's very long, and I don't know. They apparently don't have anything to go on, so I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of these cases where somebody knows something out there, but you know what it is. T. Jackson, what do you mean that's a rotten thing to say? What who said something? I don't know what did I say something that was a rotten thing to say? T. Jackson? Uh no, I don't know what you're referring to. Somebody help me out here. Did I say something wrong? I just said that just what I gathered from their channel that they didn't have anything on there. Not that I could see. Then they did. I don't know. She's talking about what law officer told the parent. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It was a rotten thing to say. Yeah, I do. See, we're not CSI. That chief, if he'd have been in my towns where I work, would have had to be standing before that cameras the next day apologizing for that comment because it just wasn't right. But these parents, you know what I think the whole thing is, even though marijuana is legal in California, I think the whole thing is how it looked with her getting out at 4 o'clock in the morning, going out to get her a cigar so she could smoke a joint. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but they take a cigar and they dump all of the tobacco out of it. They put marijuana in it and then they smoke it like that. And that's basically what she wanted to do. She wanted to get high with her brother. Called her brother. Her brother was available at 4:30 in the morning. They have different hours out there than you know what I mean. They have different hours. I don't know how old. I didn't go back to how old she was, but anyway, she is. They can't find her, and they think she's been abducted. A lot of her family thinks she's been abducted. I don't know. It's one of those cases where they've eliminated the water. Ventures with Purpose had went out there and checked the water, but somebody in her crowd knows something. And the weird thing about something I did get out of that, watching that interview with her parents, apparently she had a cousin or some type of person that was kin to her that got abducted and put into human trafficking a couple years ago from a different town, and somebody rescued her after a couple of weeks. So I thought that was kind of weird, but you know, who knows? Something might have happened, or she might have met somebody, and then things went wrong. You know, I think this is going to, if everybody kind of keeps this in the out there, something, it will be found. Somebody had a good point that in the comments, I was watching the comments, it was a live stream. Somebody said that you've checked all the woods, you've checked the countryside. Why don't you start checking the city, even the smaller cities? Just like Selma's like 16,000. I think there's a Frisco is close to them, but a lot bigger city. Check the parking lots, check everything for her car, because if you find her car, you're probably going to find her. It's a lot going to contain a lot of evidence in the car, unless the guy was very professional, but he's probably going to leave DNA. He's probably going to leave fingerprints. He's probably going to leave a lot of stuff. And so um, I think they find her car. They may find her probably. Another person that I ran into here that is missing, and we're going to discuss one that I know that you'll want to discuss in a couple of minutes. This is a family's worried about the girl missing out of Lincoln County, North Carolina. Sheriff's officer asking the public for help on Christine Keener, 29, September 26. Keener's mother contacted detectives saying she had not spoken to her daughter since September the 5th. She did wait 21 days for calling the police, which, you're an adult. She's 29 years old. She probably thought she was out. On the other hand, if I didn't talk to my kids in 20 days, if I didn't get a hold of Dakota and for 20 days, shoot, for 5 days, I'm going to be calling the police up there and find out, hey, what the deal? Because Dakota talks to his mother probably every other day at least. She is described as a white woman of dark blonde hair, blue eyes, 5'2", 180 pounds. They ask if he has seen her. The police contact the Lincoln Sheriff's Department. And this one I know, and I started to put this one on the thumbnail, but I don't want to be drawing people in here just because I want to talk about Suzanne Morphew. Okay? That's not what it's all about, because I don't have any great new news, except authorities say that they're close to finding. Now, this was back in April, I think. They reported 48 hours, told them that they were close to finding Suzanne Morphew's body, but need to wait for the snow to melt. Charges against husband were dismissed. They were dismissed without prejudice, meaning that they can what was I lost my train of thought. Oh, they can prosecute him again. If you do it with prejudice, it means you can't prosecute him again. So here's my only problem with this. They said at the last winter there, as the March, April, May, they had 5 feet of snow on the ground where they thought the body was. 5 feet of snow. Well, we ran through the summer, some of the hottest weather on record out there in Colorado, Nebraska, all that stuff. The snow in that area would have had to melt by that time. What happened? There's no there's no information on this. It's aggravating after all of us went through all of this, and covered this case. Everybody, there's probably 100 creators that covered this case, thousands of hours on this. Suzanne Morphew, mother too, disappeared on Mother's Days. And they say right here, authorities are close to discovering the body, but they have to wait for the snowpack to melt. Okay, guys, the snowpack melted. This is January, and it was updated on April 30th, and they still do nothing. So, it's aggravating to me. I don't know, it is to y'all too, that something was not brought into play here. Now, I'm going to play a little video, and you watch this. I was not impressed. And watch this too. Do you hear the kids say anything about their mother? Not by name, by anything.
Now to a case that made national headlines. Sunday will mark 2 years since Suzanne Morphew went missing. She went on a bike ride in 2020 and never came home.
And her body was never found. Now, her husband, Barry Morphew, was arrested for her murder, but then charges were dropped last month.
Now we're hearing from Barry and his daughters for the first time.
We've been silent for a long time, and we've decided that we finally want to break the silence.
The family of Suzanne Morphew is sitting down for an interview for the first time since the murder charges against Barry Morphew were dropped.
It's been an emotional roller coaster, but we feel like we can finally take our first steps in healing, which is a blessing. And yeah, we just know our dad better than anyone else, and we know he was not involved in our mom's disappearance.
Mallory and Macy Morphew standing by their father, who investigators believe was responsible for their mother's disappearance 2 years ago. The three seen walking out of court arm in arm just moments after the charges against him were dropped.
We want to heal. We feel like we haven't been able to heal these past 2 years.
The family says Suzanne left her Colorado home for a bike ride but never returned.
I just love my girls, and I love my wife. I just want her to be found.
But investigators told a different story, arresting Barry Morphew. The charges against him ranging from first-degree murder to tampering with physical evidence. Prosecutors argued that Morphew discovered his wife was having an affair, then killed her, disposed of her body, and staged a bike crash in a rural area. They released this body camera footage from the hours after she was reported missing. Police saying Morphew touched evidence.
Hey, could you not touch that bike with your hands, please?
Morphew's daughters say he isn't a killer and are celebrating the dismissal of the charges, now demanding District Attorney Linda Stanley do more.
I just hope that Linda will step up to the plate and do everything she can to find our mom, because what they've done is not fair. And we're never going to stop looking for our mom.
Court filings say that while authorities are close to discovering Suzanne's body, weather has complicated the efforts. The location where Suzanne's body is believed to be has 5 feet of snow concealing it. Barry Morphew's attorney says authorities have mishandled the case and are planning to file a complaint against the DA.
And if you want to honor Suzanne and you want to honor the daughters, go find Suzanne.
The DA's office telling ABC News they and law enforcement have been diligently searching for Suzanne Morphew since she was reported missing, and that they are continuing to do so.
Prosecutors need to be held responsible, and they need to pay for the damage they've caused to Barry, which is frankly nearly irreparable, because it's hard for anybody to believe that Barry is not who they claim he was.
And the charges against Morphew were dismissed without prejudice, which means if investigators find new evidence, he could be charged again.
And I hope they do someday. You know, and if, I mean, I've looked at all the evidence that was shared through the affidavit. Of course, I knew, y'all heard me say when that affidavit came out, they didn't have enough in that affidavit. I didn't see enough. No judge that I've ever brought an affidavit to would have ever approved that an affidavit like they had for that, or 35-page document, I think it was, and it didn't have any evidence in there of he being charged. And even the trial, when it was televised, and also the reporter, when they kicked out the people from the courtroom, and the reporter, I can't remember her name now, but she pretty much reported everything that was said in that trial. I said right then, that would have never stood up in our courtroom. And I was hoping that they would dismiss it without prejudice and get all their ducks in a row, because I just didn't believe they had adequately done the investigation. I know that what I saw, at least what they put forward in that preliminary hearing, I saw right then that would have never flew. I mean, I've testified in court hundreds of times, if not thousands of times in my 33 years. I've testified in state court, city court, and federal court. So, I saw a lot. Yeah, Laura Sharp. And, she used to work in Huntsville, Alabama, when I was from, I was originally from Huntsville, Alabama. That's where me and Dina met in high school there. But I just believe that if they know an area that's got a 4 or 5 foot snowpack, they should have at least gone out there, dug into the area, and then reported on it. We checked this area and we didn't find anything, or we checked this area and it's inconclusive, or whatever. Rather than just, it's like somebody said there. Yeah, let's see. Lori Ann said, crickets. You're exactly right. It's like we don't hear anything, nothing. And I just wonder if if they're going to ever pick up the torch again, But it's very sad that they have not found her out there with and reported something. I don't know. Also, moving on to something else. Another one here. I'm going to go over. I got a lot to cover tonight. A lot of missing people, I feel like, that are being left out and not reported on. This is Michelle Reynolds. She's from Texas. Alvin, Texas. Now, this is the teacher out there that's missing. And it says 48. Yeah, Dina's just sitting down with me. 48-year-old Michelle Reynolds is believed to have left her residence in Alvin, Texas, the afternoon of Thursday, September 22nd. Michelle's driving a gray 2018 Lexus, license number Romeo Sierra Victor 2914. The vehicle she was driving has been found in New Orleans, and it's unknown what clothing she was wearing at the time of the disappearance, but she has been wearing a black leggings. And if you've seen her in New Orleans or see anybody that appears to be her, please contact the local police department. The issue is they think she had a mental breakdown, and I'm going to show you a little video of a news report down there, and it's going to explain a lot. But I just hope that she's okay.
Well, there is now surveillance video of a missing teacher from Alvin ISD after her car was found in New Orleans.
Fox 26's Dominique Keith live in Alvin with this update.
Yeah, Michelle Reynolds is a teacher here at Fairview Junior High School in Alvin. She's been missing since Thursday. Her car has since been discovered there in Louisiana. And now what's believed to be surveillance video of her there in New Orleans on Friday getting out of her car. That surveillance video has now surfaced. This video from a New Orleans business is giving updated information about 48-year-old Alvin ISD teacher Michelle Reynolds after her family last saw her in the Houston area Thursday.
We did get surveillance of her actually parking her car on St. Peter Street at 12:01 Friday afternoon, and then kind of what direction she was walking. We know that St. Peter Street is pretty close to the Mississippi River.
Shortly after receiving word about the new video, Texas EquiSearch put a helicopter in the air searching the banks of the Mississippi and the river itself for any sign of the missing mother.
We're going to be flying probably about 20 miles down the river, low flying, and we've had a lot of success recovering drowning victims with the helicopter.
Michael Reynolds told me the New Orleans company gave him the surveillance video after his wife's gray Lexus was found near there. The Fairview Junior High School teacher is said to be perhaps not in her normal mental state.
Hopefully she's confused and she's wandering around over there and somebody's going to see her and we're going to get her back safe. I mean, that's certainly the goal.
Now, Michelle Reynolds' purse, along with her license, credit cards, and her cell phone were all found inside her vehicle. Now, Mr. Reynolds says they are still canvassing businesses there in New Orleans, trying to find better surveillance video of her. If you have any information about where the missing teacher is, Brazoria County Sheriff's investigators and New Orleans police detectives want to hear from you. Reporting live in Alvin, I'm Dominique Keith, Fox 26 News.
And this is her standing beside her Lexus there. And I've always said, you never know what somebody's going through behind that smile. Sure. They can be depressed. They can be having a breakdown. You just never know. And so we're hoping that she was walking around down in New Orleans somewhere and not jumped in the river. But by leaving all of her belongings in the car like that, that's not a great sight. I mean, that would lead me to think that she may be going to do something. But I don't understand why she chose New Orleans to do it, because she left from Texas. There's a whole lot of places that she could have gone over there, bridges, and there's just a whole lot of places between there and New Orleans. So we don't know what's happened. Hopefully they'll recover her down there. She could have just walked away from her life. She may have just had some mental breakdown and just walked away. She's married and her husband's looking for her. That's what they say. Okay. Gracie, this is a girl here, and I hope I've got this information right. I've got this. That I want that thing to disappear at the top of there, but I don't think it is. Kathy remains missing. See here if I can read this. It's a sound Karen Kathy still clearly recalls hearing in her home. of her special needs daughter remains missing at this date. So his special needs daughter's missing. As of this morning, it's been 10 weeks since her daughter, Candace, disappeared from the family's small Union Township
Gracie,
home in the Mount Pleasant Road of Meadville. It was 3:07 a.m. on July 16th. I heard something. She wasn't in bed, Carol Caffey said of Candace. Candace, 35, who has so she's special needs, but she's 35, has Prader-Willi syndrome. Is that am I pronouncing that right? Prader, is it right there? Prader-Willi or
Willie
syndrome. Went out of the home through a bathroom window. The noise I heard was either the window screen or her hitting the ground. It's a 5-foot drop, she said. She had locked the bathroom door behind her and had locked the key in the bathroom. So even though she still has that, thinking ability. Carol Caffey and her husband John got in the bathroom open and discovered the screen over the room's small window missing. Said that there was a chair next to the window her daughter used to climb through the window. There was a large-scale coordinated search for her by Pennsylvania State Police in the days following her disappearance. However, those searches were scaled back on July 23rd when police said that it's credible that all the credible leads had been exhausted. State police are keeping the case open and active with all credible information followed up on. Community service officer in the Meadville barracks said, however, has been no new information or leads in the thing. And this is, it's a genetic disorder. I'm glad. Wait a second here. If I can get this stuff to move out of my way. Well, it's a genetic disorder. Wait just a minute. Symptoms often result in multiple issues for her person and their family.
Okay.
We've got
you can't get
too much dogs running
get
around tonight back here.
You cannot get up here, Maggie. You're gonna hurt me, Maggie.
Dina's still hurting from her fall.
Maggie, good grief. Oh, snap.
What was that?
Me. That was her nails.
The syndrome, the person is always hungry, always looking for food. There is low muscle tone. There's usually short, small hands and feet, she said. There are behavior problems. Running away is a common thing. Carol Caffey said everything in her house is locked to the potential runaway issue with Candace. There are window alarms in the bedroom, kitchen windows, but the bathroom window is little and high up, she said. I never thought about it.
Hush.
Gracie, dog going nuts down there. You're going to have to pick her up, I guess. Candace ran away twice on July the 12th, a Tuesday, and then early on July 16th, a Saturday, when she disappeared. She's taken off before then, since she was 15 and 16. Candace was able to leave around 6:00 a.m. on July the 12th and briefly was dressing when Carrie Caffey briefly was dressing. Candace normally would lie on the living room couch and could be seen while dressing. Wait a minute. Candace would normally lie on the living room couch and could be seen. Oh, okay. She could see her while she's dressing, I guess. However, Candace made the blankets look like she was still on the couch when her mother looked to check for her, briefly closed the door when she closed the door to dress. And basically, she that's I guess where she went in the restroom. She was found. She found her swimming in French Creek down the Ernest Farm about 8 a.m. This was on July 12th. That Thursday, all would tell us was, I just was going to head to Meadville. So, she could be groomed by somebody with her in their mental state, She met somebody on the computer or whatever, or she might have got out and actually got drowned in one of these creeks, because there was a creek when I was reading about this case. There was a creek down the road from where her house is. I don't know what this thing's doing here.
Vicinity Adventure says hello. I haven't seen them before. I don't know.
How is everybody tonight? Twice in 1 week was unheard of, and she never left in the middle of the night, her mother said. The family organized a search and would take place this morning. Her mother said the family appreciates the efforts of the police, as well many friends, volunteers. You gonna let her eat?
Yes, they haven't eaten. You left the food up.
No, I didn't put them up.
I know.
I just don't know what to do, she says. She described as 4'9" tall, 95 pounds. I don't understand how she's so thin, though, if she eats all the time. Dirty brown hair, green eyes, police said. She's last known to be wearing purple t-shirt, orange shorts, white floral pattern, purple and blue sneakers, and glasses. They ask if you've seen her to contact the Pennsylvania Trooper Barracks. Trying to move down here, and I keep.
Okay, so Gail, I came in at the end, so I don't know I don't know who she's talking about, but you probably do. Says Gail said he didn't kill her over the affair. He was in shock after he found out after the death. They thought it was over her not signing papers about money. She was texting to a friend. I think that's talking about
Barry Morphew.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just not enough evidence to say that's 100% right. It may be.
She also says the girls never acted sad over her death.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was unbelievable. It said, have you seen these women? This is a search for a pair of Crawford County pair missing for months. And the weird thing about this is these women don't know each other. The two that became missing. Let's see. One of them, I think, is the one we already talked about. We'll see here. Yeah, this Candace Kathy slipped away from her home in the middle of the night. This is the one. We've talked about that one. And also, there was a Daniel, 68, that is missing. Also, these women lived very, very close to each other, kind of like in the neighborhood area. They both disappeared in a short time period in relatively close proximity to each other.
Right.
Authorities don't believe that the connection between the two missing persons. So, I kind of thought that was really weird. I don't know why that keeps doing that.
Lori says, yes, she's always hungry due to the syndrome. That's why she was locked up like a criminal. She's 35. Sounds like an abusive situation.
Yeah, this is another picture of her that we talked about here.
She don't look 35.
She doesn't look 35, but that's because of small hands, small feet. It said results in number of physical and mental behavioral problems. Key features: similar constant sense of hunger, always hungry because of her daughter's heightened need of food. Said the family first searched grocery stores, convenience stores, gas stations for her daughter when she went missing. And I think that would help them. I don't know, would it help them, you think, of catching, Finding her.
Well, that's what I would be looking for. I'd be going to all the fast food restaurants and everything.
Yeah. This is the girl that's missing in her similar neighborhood around the same time. So
now she don't look 68.
She don't look 68, but they don't believe that they have any connection with each other. None. Daniel didn't own a car. She's known to walk to her destinations, including taking a long journey, at least partway on foot, to visit her mother in Edinburgh. Daniel's niece, Ann Puckett, said one time when Daniel walked the whole way, it took her 7 hours. Puckett said, but her aunt would also hitchhike. Well, that's not a good sign right there. That could develop into something. When she couldn't find a ride from a friend. Last known sighting of Daniel, according to Puckett, was on early afternoon of August the 15th. Daniel arrived at Edinburgh Manor around lunchtime, and she had discussed with the nurses there just after lunch that she had left the facility. I want to say I'm thinking she was a nurse or something.
I agree, Red Jaguar. They must have a fountain of youth in the neighborhood. Man.
We believe strongly she made it home that day because a nurse at the nursing home said that she did not know what she was wearing that day, but she had her book bag with her and her purse. So I don't know if she had worked at the nursing home, and maybe that's what I'm gathering, maybe. But you hitchhike, all kinds of stuff. I've done it a couple of times.
I've picked up hitchhikers.
Yeah, you did pick up the hitchhiker against my better judgment. I wasn't with her.
I've picked up at least 3 that I can remember right offhand.
All females, but still.
All females.
But I've hitchhiked a couple of times, but
I never hitchhiked, but I do pick them up.
But I also had a secret with me, so they couldn't kill me. It says here, we believe strongly she made it home because a nurse at the nursing home stated that she did not. She did not know what she was wearing that day, but she had her book bag
and her purse. And her bag was found at her apartment, but not her wallet, keys, or phone.
Right. So she probably were going to make that trip, but she got hitchhiked and ran into some type of
maybe not,
thing. Well, where else would she be? There were security cameras at the Meadville apartment complex where Daniel lives, but her family members don't know if they captured any footage of Daniel that day. I would be finding that out. The Meadville Police Department investigating Daniel's disappearance. The Meadville, the police chief said the case remains under investigation. Police are still trying to follow up with any and all leads. Not much information, what I've gathered from what I've read about this. Here's the big thing you got to think about. Daniel is bipolar and has, what is that? Emphysema, is that?
No, empathy.
Puckett said she is around 5'4", 140 pounds. She's known to have blonde or to gray hair, a little longer to her shoulder length. Puckett said Daniel has tattoos on her right shoulder, her back, her ankle. She added, anyone in information is asked to call the local Meadville Police Department, and it gives a number. You're going to look that up for me and tell me what that is?
I sure am, because I don't know what that is.
COPD.
No. Fast diagnosis and answer is treatment may include lung volume reduction surgery.
Yeah, emphysema. I think it is. Isn't that emphysema? Somebody tell me.
Frequent. It just looks weird.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. See, I was
frequent
right.
coughing.
I was right and you was wrong.
I didn't say what it was.
No,
How can
you
I be
said
wrong?
no, it wasn't.
Y'all hear this? Emphysema. Okay, but that doesn't look like Jaguar. That doesn't look like how I was taught to spell that. But hey,
Also, there's a
emphysema.
special alert tonight
Thank
from
you.
the what?
Yeah, thank you for telling. He spelled it. He showed us how to say it. I just never saw it.
A special alert tonight for missing kids out there. This girl is missing. She's a very pretty girl. Marie Walls. Marie may stay in the Sanford
Maria.
area. Maria Walls may stay
She's
in
in
the
North
Sanford
Carolina?
area and travel to Clinton or Charleston, North Carolina. They said that she was a special alert on her, but so they may consider her some type of risk for them to do this. This is another picture of her. She's got her hair pink here, maybe dyed pink. She looked like she uses them here. All right.
My problem is my back.
Maria Walls, 16 years old. Maria disappeared
16.
from Sanford, North Carolina on September the 17th, 2022. I'm hoping it's just a runaway and she comes back.
She's been gone 12
soon.
days.
Very pretty girl for sure.
She is.
And these are some that may be runaways, but we know yourself that you can be hooked into human trafficking with these. This girl here is from Middlesex County of, this is,
Probably Pennsylvania.
yeah, well, it says Hamilton Roads, 16-year-old, Virginia. Yeah, she was believed to meet a man online claiming to be in the military before she went missing. And why I don't have her name up here? I copied everything they had. I don't see her name. I apologize for that. But that is
Maya Kelly.
Okay, Maya Kelly, yeah. She, they groom them, tell her he's military and he's not. This girl, Elva Pop.
I don't know how to say that last
It's Chinese, I think. It's XOI. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri, also missing from May of 2022. So that's not a great picture of her. But, I actually saw some that pictures of missing kids and they got the COVID mask on. You can't see nothing but their eyes. It was just really strange. All right. This gentleman here is from Buffalo, New York. Is that Jose
Davila?
He's been missing since September the 19th. Date of missing, so hopefully he will return home. But a lot of these don't.
Hey, New York got a bad, like New Orleans, #1 murder capital of the world, of America, or whatever.
This girl disappeared on September the 9th in Lancaster, California. Ashley Torres.
Now we heard, what was it we heard? We were listening to something. They said that 8 million children are missing. And it's going to, think about this. They said it's going to get worse between now and Halloween.
Yeah.
Because there's the blood sacrifice, and the human blood is the best to sacrifice, they think, them crazy idiots.
Yeah, I don't know where you heard that from. This is attention, Virginia, New York, Kentucky. This is Melissa. She may go by the name of Patterson. Is Maris? How do you pronounce that? Marissa Tillman Patterson. A date of missing is July of 2022. That's a shame. Through that much information, this is basically what all they had. If I can get it.
And I don't
up.
understand that. If that's
Timmons. Last seen September the 6th. Maybe in the area of Illinois. Was that what is that, Illinois? Walking. It's one of those other names like they have up there in Wisconsin. Waukegan, okay. Yeah. 16, he's, how old is he? They say how old he was? No. 105'6" tall.
He's a very nice looking young man. Somebody's son.
40 pounds, exactly right.
Somebody's son. Somebody's brother.
And this gentleman is missing. Michael Thomas, missing September the 3rd, 2022 from Atlanta.
Something you ain't seeing.
I'm getting this live stream thing at the top is blocking my view on a lot of these.
Oh, poor baby.
See, I can't see that. That's
Tabria
Ingram. Missing since August the 20th.
Look at her. She's so cute.
From Springfield, Missouri. May still be in the local area.
I can't imagine being a parent and a child be missing.
This young lady was missing. She doesn't look happy in this photo. September 17th in Macon, Georgia. Mary Crook from Macon, Georgia on September the 22nd.
No, September 17th.
Yes, you're right. September the 17th. I don't know where I saw the 27th. And this gentleman is missing on September the 21st from Pensacola, Florida.
Y'all, these kids are missing from all over America.
Yeah, he's got a red head there. He's got a head. That, if he still has that, that'd be pretty easy to find him. You know, you would think. I don't know.
That's kind of blood orange.
Yeah. And this is Anthony Coltrane. August the 30th, he was missing.
Look at that young man.
From Toledo, Ohio.
Look at that smile.
I know. You know. And this lady is missing from Tampa, Florida, September the 19th of 2022. And you just goes to show you, and the reason why I did this is these kids are missing everywhere. A lot of them are runaways, and they said that, well, like we said, and statistically, 95% of all runaways return home statistically, but a lot of them don't, and they get caught up in human trafficking.
5% of 8 million.
I can't see the first two words there under there, but these were skeletal remains found located in a wooded area along St. Francis River near the old Siphons Lock. It's on Lock and Dam Road in Poinsett County, Arkansas. Believed to be 16 to 19 years old. Believed to be that he's been deceased for 1 year prior to being found based on DNA testing. Now, I'm hoping they do a DNA back, like they found the Golden State Killer. They'll take that DNA and put it in these databases like GMAX and any of the other databases that will allow them to, and that they will be able to find out at least who he is by tracing his family members, at least find out his kin. And I don't know if y'all heard, but on the John Benet Ramsey case, on the DNA they found, they are looking back through their DNA with that gen match. They're actually going to try to follow it back and see if they can find out who the perpetrator was by the DNA. So maybe we will finally have an answer in that case. However,
and it will not be who you thought it was.
I don't know about that. However, they said that her underwear was made in China or somewhere out across the, and they may have had touch DNA or something like that inside. But I heard also there may have been some semen found. So if that's it, we will find out. But I've heard all kinds of stories. Maggie, what are you doing? No, I've heard. I have my own beliefs who I think it is. We will see if they find the DNA and run it down. But you know,
Uh-oh.
we'll see. What?
I lost you.
Am I buffing again?
No, I lost you because I accidentally hit something I shouldn't.
Okay.
Oh, my fault.
Well, getting back to Suzanne, I know a lot of people are still talking about that on here. My biggest hope is that the DA's office, the sheriff's department, would do what they said they were going to do and go out to these sites where they think they have found her body, where they believe the body's located, and try to find it. But I read something today where one of Barry's friends said if he did it, they'll never find the body because he knows the woods better than anybody. But one thing I wonder is, I understand why they dropped the murder charge. I understand why they dropped the interfering, with the corpse or whatever they did. But there was another charge on there, something with an official. I don't know. Do y'all remember that? Like, it wasn't bribing an official, but it was like trying to undue influence of a public official, something like that. That got dropped too. So I don't understand how that could be dropped. Why not just go ahead and charge him with that? And that might lead to something else. I don't know. It's strange for sure. Our refrigerator turned on, Dana, and see, it's coming on and off, on and off.
That is bad.
It's possessed.
That's bad.
Why?
Because I don't like things turning off and on by themselves. I'm worried about the thing burning down.
We can always
Y'all just remember this. If this coach burns up with us in it, we've already notified them, and they said, "Oh, it won't burn up."
We got a refrigerator issue. That's what I didn't want to
it?
spoil the thing. I will tell y'all on here, but that's what our upcoming Sunday video is going to be about.
Barry voted in her name after she died. He got charged for it.
Well, I hope they did go along with it, instead of
they throw me under the jail.
Dropping the charges. But yeah, we have it seems like it's these things running 3s or 4s. We've had all kinds of stuff going on.
We're on like number 15. I think we're way past.
Well, you fell. We had a wreck. You fell.
We didn't have a wreck. We had an accident.
Well,
whatever. Off.
We had an accident in RV. You fell. I fell. Before this happened, I fell and bruised my ribs. And then you fell. Refrigerator's acting up. The inverter's the problem. It's just like,
The brakes went out on the back of the Jeep.
Brakes went out on the back of the Jeep. That's right. Like made of money or something. But
are you hiding money?
Yeah.
Are you hiding money?
Yeah.
You better
right.
quit hiding that money.
In my back pocket. This pants ain't got no pockets on it. That's what I'm saying.
You got a back pocket.
All right, folks. Well, it's getting up here to an hour, and I think I probably wasted y'all time long enough. But Tiffin refrigerator man,
he might have been able to check it out.
Well, the problem we have, and let me tell you this, we called the dealership that works on Tiffin's. That thing started for a second there. And
we're gonna have to turn it off.
Yeah, I'll turn the breaker off on it. And he said, "Oh, we don't work on those. You'll have to call an appliance guy because something to do with the warrants or something. Warranty. Not that we do have a warranty, but our warranty that's a
Y'all,
whole new video.
hey y'all,
But
you know what? I cleaned the refrigerator out yesterday, put everything down in the freezer, and put an ice chest in here with some ice in it and all. Guess what I forgot to take out of the freezer?
ice cream.
Ice cream. A whole, I not even opened it. It was a brand new butter pecan ice cream. Eddie's, about this big. Oh, it was so good.
But it's just, you know, they said you're gonna have to call a regular repair guy. So
Hey,
we've
Mailman.
got one coming. They were supposed to call us today, wasn't they? Or did they call you?
Yes, they're coming between 9 and 11. Tomorrow's our son's birthday.
Yes.
So we will be in Nashville to see him as soon as the repair guy leaves.
Yeah. Hopefully we do have hopefully he can take care of it. I kind of think it might just be a capacitor.
What?
Capacitor.
Wait a minute. Gail says every day this is happening. I think more with open border. Also, dating sites are bad. Have you been on a dating site?
Not me.
Me neither. Said should have mixed up a cake with melted ice cream. There's a recipe for that. Oh,
yeah.
I wish I'd have known about it.
Well, I don't need to eat anything like that. I'm on
He's trying
to lose some weight on. I'm kind of halfway on. I guess I am on keto again, but I've been on
Red
it
Jaguar.
a week.
Where is the guy at? Your guy, the Tiffin refrigerator guy.
Subcontractor for Tiffin. It might have been Red Bay. I bet you it'd be in Red Bay. But we didn't have this problem. We was in Red Bay.
It just happened. It just happened yesterday.
We probably, if this guy, I think this guy. See, we have a residential. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go cut that off, guys. At the breaker box, we don't want to. It is cutting on and cutting off,
and I don't want anything.
And I don't want anything else to happen to it.
I'll do it. I can figure it out.
Okay, it's just you're gonna have to on that breakers back here in the bathroom. But what it amounts to is we have to be in Napanee, Indiana, for our appointment up there. Yeah, we could do it at Red Bay. It is a Maytag residential refrigerator, so I don't. Any refrigerator guy should be able to can work on Maytag, should be able to get into this thing. What it is that it has a big access hole in the back on the other side, on the outside of the RV, that is about 2 feet wide, 2 feet by 2 feet, or 18 inches by 2 feet. Hopefully, it's a place where they can. I think it's a capacitor. That's hopefully. That's what you had, Maytag. Yeah, that's what the Tiffin has. But we'll see if this guy can't fix it, we may have to make a run to Red Bay again. And then leave Red Bay for Indiana.
But we can't because of Dad.
Yeah, we can't. See, that's another thing. We can't.
We're stuck.
We're stuck. We're gonna have to.
My brother is not here.
They fix it from the front. I hope we don't. I hope we don't have to do anything from the front. They can take off that panel and look at it. I hope not, because that means that they'll have to slide it out, and I don't think we have enough room to slide it out. It's in our slide.
It has to be. Red Jaguar's right. It has to be where pawn all their, or what do they call that? They farm all their
farm out.
They farm out all their electrical stuff as far as refrigerators go.
If it is the panel, the motherboard, they say that is access from the rear of it, supposedly. We've watched a YouTube video on it. But if it is the front panel and that sort of thing, then it would be easy to fix right there. So hopefully we'll get it done tomorrow. Hopefully. Anyway, the control system is the temp control is in the temp control. And you mean in the very front of it? That would be great if they could. But I also heard that if you go to Maytag's site, And I know we're off on a different tangent here, but if you go to Maytag's site, they have a thing where you plug in your symptoms of what's wrong, and the symptoms it said for us was capacitor because the freezer and the top one is not working, and then it went down from there. So I don't know. Motherboard was only a 5% chance, but
I ordered one anyway.
yeah, because they wanted $500 for one at a local appliance store here if they did the work, and we got it on Amazon for $100.
122.
So if we don't need it, we'll either keep it in case or we'll return it. But better be safe than sorry. Well, thanks for the info anyway, and that does make me think about it. But maybe tomorrow they'll get it fixed for sure.
Oh. I hope so.
Hopefully, because I'm tired of not having.
You got curls.
I'm tired of not having ice and water and all that good stuff. I mean, we got water in our Berkey, but I'm talking about, I don't know.
He rebuilt theirs from the front.
Well, I hope they can do it. Maybe they can. And that's the problem is I hate to be without a refrigerator that long. Maybe we have to go up to Nappy and then turn around and go to Red Bay, but oh God, that would be a pain. That would be a pain.
Y'all just pray for us that this gets taken care of and we get back to normal. And I need to be over here cleaning this RV instead of over there helping my daddy.
All right. Well, thanks for coming tonight, and we hope to see you next time. And please, we are only 10 people away, 10 subs away from being 1,000 subs on our other channels. So please share it or suggest it on your social media, and we sure do appreciate it.
And y'all, thank you for praying for me. I have felt the prayers. It's what's kept me going, because Tommy can tell you I have not been able to slow down with Dad.
I've tried to influence that, but with no avail. All right. Well, God bless y'all.
Jaguar, we were in Red Bay for 3 weeks with no refrigerator. Oh, God.
I hope that's not the case for us. If we can't, we'll have to leave here, go to Napanee, Indiana, and try to get it fixed up there, or either turn right around. Oh, it'd be a mess. Hopefully that we can fix it, hopefully. All right. Well, God bless y'all. Hope to see you later.
Thanks for sitting with these two old people tonight.
Good night.